I want to look today at some really great work being done by our friend Jesse Dollemore. Some of you might remember last summer, Jesse filled in for me when I was away, and he actually went down to the Supreme Court yesterday and spoke to a variety of different demonstrators and activists and protesters. And, you know, I'm kind of using all these different terms because it was a combination of different types of folks. And I want to look at a couple of conversations he had. The first one starting with an anti-choice protester who seemed to have been hesitant to really identify who he was with. It's a very interesting and cringeworthy conversation. So let's start there. Jesse doing a really good job, and you can check out his YouTube channel, podcast. Let's just jump right into this first interview that he did. These are the types of folks that we are up against here, and understand that they don't care about double standards. They don't care about hypocrisy. They care about only the outcomes, and they'll justify anything to get to those outcomes.
What's your name?
Colton.
What are you doing out here today?
I'm going to be out here doing interviews just like you about this as soon as my camera guy gets here. But I believe that the sanctity of life should be protected and the Supreme Court shouldn't be politicized. And the fact that this opinion was released without...
The leak is the issue, not the ruling.
I'm okay with the ruling. But the leak that comes out so early, that just shows how politicized this is.
Did you know that the original Roe ruling was also leaked in 1973?
Which overturned a few justices' opinions.
Yeah, so there was...
It's like Jesse's visibly flummoxed because the guy doesn't even seem to realize the double standard. Well, I'm concerned with the leak. Well, Roe v. Wade in 73 also leaked. Right, yeah, but that overturned justices' opinions. Wait, so what? Huh?
This happens time after time after time in the annals of the Supreme Court, in the history of the Supreme Court. Why is it such an outrage?
Because they're trying to intimidate the justices to overturn their opinions.
How does it equate, how does it map onto intimidation of the justice?
By the public opinion threatening the lives last night. They were out here chanting F Alito.
This thing about the lives of the justices are being threatened is so absurd. Supreme Court justices have great security. The Supreme Court has great security. Nobody's life is in jeopardy here.
Are you witnessing the same thing I am relative to what is aggressive?
Witnessing prayer vigils and speeches.
Oh, you're not hearing that?
Yeah, the majority of the people over here who are pro-choice.
This kid's just very confused.
Roe v. Wade has got to go.
Yes, pro-choice? Well, the majority of the people on this side is pro-choice, yes. There are some pro-life people over there.
Who do you work for?
I'm not going to say.
You're not going to say? Okay. So why was it you ditched the Proud Boy motif when I ask questions?
Proud Boy?
Yeah, you know, the hat and the whole little thing you got going on.
The Project Veritas hat?
Yeah.
Not Proud Boy.
Fascist enabler.
No.
Really?
No.
You're in a agreement with stripping 50 years of precedent and human and civil rights of women?
I am agreeing with protecting the life of the unborn, which murdered over 63 million unborn children.
So are you for the child tax credit?
I am for...
Are you for the child tax credit?
Sir, this is a completely different...
Are you for increased SNAP benefits?
This is a completely different argument.
No.
It's kind of not, actually. I mean, this is one of the big things. Authoritarian clampdown on medical choices, but then absolutely ignoring what should be a responsibility once you force someone to have a child.
Because if 80,000 people are born into poverty,
argument.
How are you going to fund?
Are you mad that
the increased
cancer industry, that
cancer industry,
the organizations that fight against cancer, are you against them because they don't fight against diabetes? No, they're two different arguments.
It's cause and effect.
Right, but the thing is, fighting cancer doesn't cause diabetes. Fighting diabetes doesn't cause cancer, that I'm aware of. So really good job by Jesse here exposing this guy. And then here's another one. And this is just an example, again, of the sort of like people that are ancillary and attached to this anti-choice movement. So first, this is a guy, I'm going to try to see what his shirt, I want to describe to you what his shirt actually says because it's kind of a good context.
Transgender morals are worse than animals.
Jesse's hand, it seems to be saying gay, bisexual, transgender morals, something than animals, the National Zoo. This is very weaponized stuff.
Proof National Zoo. In 1990, these girls raped these girls in school. We took 9 girls down to National Zoo trying to find out if they have any homosexual animals. National Zoo said they have more than 400 different species of mammals, animals, exotic animals in National Zoo. But they notice none of them are homosexual. Once you come out of National Zoo, you got homosexual people everywhere.
I guess this guy is saying it's a big red flag for him that a zoo didn't have any gay animals. But then he goes out in the world and there's gay people. This is pretty deep stuff, guys.
According to the Bible, lesbian women are called swine and the men are called dogs because they dog-like manner.
So you take no issue with wearing hate speech on your shirt or just avowed bigotry, hatred? I said you're a bigot.
Right, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, right, I am. Right. Only way you will get to heaven, you got to be a bigot against satanic people like you, right?
All right, so the guy welcoming the label of a bigot. Really great stuff by Jesse, and he speaks to a number of different people. I encourage you to check it out. But again, it goes back to when we talk about the big lie, Trump really won 2020. You go and you have a conversation with these people and you realize these people are gone, to quote Alex Jones. There's no bringing them back. And then on abortion, you go to the Supreme Court, you talk to some of these folks and you realize there's no bringing these people back, at least not in any sensible, reasonable amount of time. Great job by Jesse. We're really up against it here. As many of you know, I'm a busy person. I don't always have the exact correct nutritional plan for my meals every single day. And that's why I also take a multivitamin and a couple of supplements. But doing them all separately can be a little bit time consuming, which is why Athletic Greens is just fantastic. And they're one of our sponsors. I've been using the Athletic Greens since last year. It just really simplifies nutrition. I just do a scoop of the AG1 and I'm getting 75 high quality vitamins and minerals and my probiotics, and it's all from whole food sources. I drink it in the morning. I know I'm good. I don't have to be messing around with different pills and supplements or whatever, or spend time planning what time of day do I need to take each one. I just get it all with one scoop. You can put it in a smoothie. You can drink it straight. It tastes great. And then I'm just good for the day. It supports gut health, and I'm getting everything that I need and I'm looking for. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D plus 5 free travel packs when you go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman, and the link is down below.